Okay, let's talk about what LeBron said recently. He said that ring culture...
Of course, we got to get to LeBron.
...in the NBA is a problem, Boog, and that basically we devalue players who haven't won championships, like the James Hardens of the world.
Talk about gall.
Yeah, like, do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that? I agree a championship helps you get, like, in the Hall of Fame and some accolades.
Have we lost our damn minds?
Like, if Blake Griffin had a championship, he's a no-doubter.
I'm talking about the messenger. I'm not talking about the message. The messenger is delicious on this one. Are we kidding ourselves?
Delicious.
Do you agree with that, though? Do you think it's a problem? Do you think we devalue these stars that never won a chip?
I think ring culture is very, very toxic. I think the message is overlooked because of who the messenger is. Obviously, he's the guy that's heavily criticized for anything that he says, good or bad. Usually when he does say things, people will find the negative in it, and that kind of piggybacks off what he's saying. But I do hate where, ring culture is. You're basically considered a bust. You're considered a failure if you don't, win a ring, and that's just completely unfair to the game of basketball. It's completely unfair to the athletes. Obviously, we use these things to, compare and rank who is better than who. But at the end of the day, it's all about perspective. It's all about, what you value in the game of basketball, how you view the game of basketball. Some people view the game of basketball as you got to be the best scorer in the world, and you look at a guy like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Then you look at a guy like LeBron, and he's valued because he's one of the best all-around players that ever touched the court. Magic Johnson, he's one of the greatest leaders that ever touched the floor. Isaiah, when it comes to Isaiah Thomas, he's the scrappy leader that can, overcome the juggernauts in the league. So it's so many different things of, what people value when it comes to the game. But it still falls back on perspective. But I do think ring culture is very toxic. We do overlook, greats like Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, James Harden. The list goes on. Just because you don't have a ring, it doesn't take away from your greatness.
I actually agree with the sentiment.
I think this has this is my personal opinion. I think this has everything to do with Stephen A's take on Giannis, saying that if Giannis doesn't get another ring, he will be he wouldn't have did enough.
Well, how about we stop listening to certain people?
I think that's what this whole thing has to do. That's my personal opinion.
I think it goes deeper than that. I think it also falls. It goes to the fact that who we're allowing to say who's great and who's not. Like, it's guys that have never played this game, even at a mediocre level, that have an opinion on what's great. It literally makes no sense. We got this social media world. Everybody has a platform. Everybody has an opinion. And it's guys that won't even get picked up in a street ball basketball game that can sit here and say what's great and what's not. Yeah. And that's the real problem when it comes to ring culture.
So now we could do an hour on that. Zero athleticism. Boogie, have fun in Dubai.
Thank you, Boog.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, we'll talk next season, perhaps. We'll be right back.
Absolutely.
Run it back, run it up, 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 run it